Good morning. It is Friday, October 29th, 2021. I'm back here for Daily Shakeup number 415. Um, and today's message is about just being there. This is a message I'd rather not share, frankly. Not that I'm afraid to share it, but I wish I didn't have to share it. A few weeks ago, I got a phone call in the early hours of the morning from one of my sons telling me that their mom had been hospitalized, an emergency. It was in critical condition. The next day, I got on a plane, flew to Cleveland, and spent most of the week there supporting my son while he supported his mom, going to the hospital every day. There weren't a lot of words to offer. There was just dinners and just holding space and doing a lot of listening because words failed. I think that's the title or some lyrics from a song in the show, Dear Evan Hansen, Words Fail. And that's what it felt like. Words fail. There was nothing to do, just be there. I came home for several days as she seemed to be improving. And then another phone call, early hours of the morning, that her condition had worsened. And my older son from California got on a plane. And a couple of days later, she passed away. And I was on a plane that same day without many words, just to be there. Because sometimes things are so bad, so tragic, so painful that there aren't words. There's nothing to do but just show up and be there. That's what I've been doing for the last few weeks as I supported my sons and as they grieve the loss of their mom at an all too young age, and went through my own grief of the passing of someone who I spent many years with. And it's been a challenging few weeks, a challenging month. It's had an impact emotionally, somewhat physically, in my work. And as I said, there wasn't anything I could do, just be there. And I share this with you because sometimes we need to remember that the best we can do is just be there. I know my sons heard from a lot of folks over the last 3 months, especially the last 10 days or so, trying to come up with words. Just, they're nice words, but they don't do a lot. Sometimes the words actually are more challenging and maybe even more painful. And I think about this as a leadership lesson and as a life lesson, but the reality is that tragic things happen and we suffer losses and we learn lessons. And the lesson I learned is one I wish I hadn't learned. And that is, or I learned it more deeply, which is, for me, there's nothing more painful than watching my children in pain and not being able to take it away. Not that I couldn't do anything. I was there. I was able to be there. That's all I could be, was just be there. Just be there. And it felt inadequate. And yet it was all there was. So I learned about pain and grief and witnessing pain in my children in ways and levels I never knew before. And all I could do was just be there. And while we may and you may not be suffering through the same level of challenge, and we have challenges at work, and sometimes all we can do is just be there. Genuinely, authentically, fully be there. That's all we can do, and it's actually the best we can do. Not everything's fixable. Not everything's solvable. Sometimes words fail, and all we can do is be there. I hope there's something in this message for you. I know there's been some things in this experience for me. I've learned a lot about myself. I've felt a lot. And I'm sure there's more lessons to come. And whatever's in this for you, I pray that it serves you well in your journey. More than ever, these words mean something to me, is keep taking care of yourself and everyone close to you and around you. And be there. And remember how precious every moment is, because we are promised nothing. I am promised nothing except this moment. And I don't know if I'll have another moment myself or with whoever I'm with. Make it count and be there. See you next week.